morning, everybody. I'm here with Rory Becker from the UK, joining us via audio. Rory, how are you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody. It's good. It's good. We have, well, let's face it, it's better than yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was crazy. If you ever want to see
Interesting.
me slowly get, just slapped around by technology, that was happening
Yeah.
yesterday. Pretty much repeatedly live in front of everyone.
I thought you did very well. I mean, with the decreasing availability of resources as they kept getting smaller and smaller, and still we were managing to provide a show of some kind under reduced, it's almost like the walls were closing in
Yeah.
as time went by, but still it worked up until a point, and then, well, but we're back.
We're back, and
We're back.
we're here. And today, I actually feel really good about this. I put out a couple tweets talking about what we're going to do. Hold on a second. Will says, Mark Miller to the people of CodeRushed. Sorry, my super streaming rig and my new monster power supply caused a blackout yesterday. In my defense, I was only trying to set my bedroom on fire. It's essentially 100% true.
That's so hard to argue.
Hold on, I'm hearing a voice from the room.
What is happening right now, Mark Miller?
Nothing is happening. I'm just reading some chat messages, honey. The bedroom is not going on fire. It's going to be okay. The bedroom's going to go on fire today. It's going to be exciting.
Right here.
I'm just talking. I'm in a private conversation with my people.
I'm very flammable.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about, the flammability and what we're going to do. First, let me do this. Let's go in and let's just get everybody who is interested in taking a look at the latest source, kind of where we are here. This is the source. This is kind of this project that we've been working on for probably, I'd say, about 80, 90 episodes. Here we go, episode 96 begin. This is the source code I'm starting with today. There are a number of projects inside of this. It's right over here. I said this, and I meant to show you this view right here. So that's what we're talking about right there. Episode 96 begin. That's today. Yesterday's show, I didn't really have a check-in because there wasn't really any code there. I made just a few minor changes, nothing really relevant for today. Today, we're going to blow stuff up, I think. Today, we're going to get stuff lit on fire and remotely, and I think we'll be able to do it from the chat room. I think that's what's happening today. So I'm super excited for today's show.
I am also very excited. This is what we're here for.
And the thing is, I keep telling, my friends this and everything like this, but,
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know what he's doing!
no training whatsoever, right? I don't even search the internet for things.
We're literally trusting Wikipedia on some of these facts.
Yeah,
we are. You should never trust Wikipedia.
Hold on one second. I think somebody's handing me something. This is a new hat I got, Roy. What do you think about this hat right here? What do you think? It's got this kind of. You like it? It's got the colors going.
Sure.
No?
Yeah, it matches.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's kind of cool. But it doesn't quite fit. It's like, everybody's like, wait, what? You're doing this? That's the most ridiculous thing ever, but it's my favorite hat all of a sudden, right? It takes my already freakishly elongated head and pushes it even further in that direction. So I'm super happy about the hat. I'm happy.
It's the flammability level of the hat.
I'm happy about the flammability level of just about everything now in the room. I'm super excited.
Okay.
Let's switch over to this view right here. I'm so happy. I created these awesome little frames around here because I really wanted these to look good and professional.
Ooh, that is nice.
So I got these kind of, have the frame stand out a little bit. And so we've got some important views here. We've got a view here. Let me move that back just a little bit for now. We've got a view of my little workspace here off to the side of the desk. This is this relay board. We worked with this about a week or so ago to get things started. And we actually were remotely triggering the relays from a standalone console app. That console app is right over here in the background. It's our remote detonator app. It's just a simple console app that talks to the relays. Right now, the code is super simple. You can see it over here on the left. It's basically, hey, right line, press enter to set relay 1 to true for some number of milliseconds, which we set here. And then we do a read line waiting for that enter to hit, and then we call set target relay 1 to true. then we sleep for the delay, and then we call set target relay 1 to false. So that
What could possibly go wrong? It's very simple.
it's like, I don't know why everybody's so upset in the house about this. I don't understand why there's controversy. So
I'm curious, have you taken any kind of a poll in the household of those that are in favor and those that are not?
the kids are overwhelmingly in favor of it. By the way, yesterday I was driving my daughter someplace, and I said, "Hey, do you ever get scared when Dad drives? Because there's often screams in the car, when I'm flying
Sure.
over through the air into a river or something like that."
This screams like on a theme park ride,
Yes,
or
it's-
as in, rushing for your life.
No, it's theme park like screams is what it is.
Okay.
And she's like, "No." And then I think she said maybe yesterday for a little bit or something like that. But in general, I'm like, okay, well, good. Well, I'm glad the kids feel generally safe. What's crazy about me, I guess, that doesn't seem to make sense from an evolutionary standpoint is I seem to be totally happiest when I'm in an area that I know nothing about and just trying to figure things out so they work. And this is kind of where I am today. So we have, let's go back over to this view over here. We also have what I'm calling, and this is probably the wrong name for it. Let's wait till it gets in focus. There it is right there. What I'm calling the detonator cap. It's probably not the right term. Again, I have no training at all. Mark doesn't know what he's doing, but I've created this using nichrome wire. I did do a little bit of research that said, hey, nichrome wire heats up and it gets to be about 200 to 400 degrees if you put enough current through it. And we're gonna put inside of that this stuff right here called flash paper. This is used for stage magicians. It burns at a relatively low temperature, about 150 to 200 degrees Celsius. So it's less than the heating temperature of the nichrome wire. So mathematically, it should blow and should light on fire, and it burns quickly, and there's no residue, there's no ash, it's an incredibly low risk of starting something else on fire. In fact, I can essentially hold it in my hand while it burns, and just as it starts to light, move my hand slowly away from it, and in general, no harm should come to me. So that's what we'll be using. Later, I expect to get another tool that magicians use called flash powder, which includes little sparks and things like that. It's the same kind of intent. It burns at a lower temperature. It's not going to melt anything, and no residue at the end. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So right now we are, this is where we were yesterday, and we lost power. Then we lost battery backup, and then we were losing the battery in the laptop. I lost monitors. Everything was going out. If you want to see a show, hold on a second. Yes.
The universe is telling you something.
Yeah, it's telling me today is the best day for the show, not yesterday.
Yesterday wasn't so good. Today, much better.
Don't set your bedroom on fire.
No, the universe is saying today is the day to do the show. So
Clearly, the evidence is because power hasn't disappeared.
Right.
Today is how we go, right?
Because
we would obviously take some kind of sign if it came, but it's not coming.
Right. Rory is saying that because
blame me.
the power is still on today, that it's a sign that we have to keep going. The universe commands us.
Careful. Karen may very well rush out and find a breaker somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to give her that idea. What did you say, Karen?
Rory is my least favorite Brit.
You are her least favorite Brit.
Aww.
That's what she says. Aw. He says, aw. And he did it actually in a way that, so Rory can do this thing. Sex Positive's online now. She's going to be, you just start saying nope she's a nope for it's going to be fine, honey.
I'm a nope.
She's a nope.
Okay.
She's a nope for it. All right. So what do we got to do? Where we left off. So we were essentially here yesterday. I think I attached one more wire. I'm not entirely sure what I did. But let's kind of pull this out here.
You started with one, you were definitely doing the second one, and that's when the lights kind of died.
Yeah. So here's where I am. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Yay with that right there. I've got two wires coming out of it. Let's hook those wires up to the power supply. And I guess my question is, this is to you, Rory. Should we do a test first where we just try to, connect it straight up to the power supply, see if anything burns? Or should we hook it up to the relays and then write some code that actually does
So
a test.
I'm curious if we have any kind of test other than holding flash paper to the nichrome wire, which will allow us to determine that it's functional. For example, do we expect the nichrome wire to glow in any way like a filament, or is it just a heat side effect?
I've seen photos online, and it's been glowing.
Okay, so we could just have a manual switch of some kind hooked up to it and prove that the circuit works, and then introduce the relay as a controlling
All right,
mechanism.
so that's what Roy says. Roy says go first. Hold on. But the bad news is my line does not quite go from my power supply, which you see in the upper left, all the way across. I am going to have to elongate that. It looks like that's going to be the answer to the problem no matter what. So let me grab some more wire here, which I'm doing and cutting that. Is that going to be long enough? Yeah, that's going to be long enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut the wire. All right, excellent. And I think let's hook up the relay. I think we're going to do kind of two things at once here. And this is also, by the way, probably not the best idea. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, Sex Positive says, the bad news is there's no real fire department in Costa Rica. That's kind of true. I think they call them the Bombarderos here or something like that, which is like this awesome name for the fire department, right? But there's like one for every half of the country. One fire truck is kind of what it's like. And they were
just sort of wondering what level of preparedness is there if Sex Positive decides, for example, that in the heat of the moment, in order to save lives, a bucket of water is necessary?
Look, I don't want you talking about anything because she's listening right now. She's in.
Okay.
I want you saying nothing about anything.
I was just thinking maybe waterproof some of the equipment in the room.
Also, yeah, Karen's not going to do that. She's going to grab the kids and run for her life, allowing me to burn in here as I deserve, no doubt. Right? Okay. All right.
But as long as the stream's still running, we'll be good, right?
Yeah. And she says, yeah. And they wear shorts and they use the garden hoses from the houses to put out the fire. And
so run next door, attached to the taps.
Yeah.
And then,
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's do this. Let's move this out of the way so we can come down here and you can get the camera view on what I'm working on down to the bottom. Hopefully get some focus down here. Can we get some focus? Do I have to move it up a little bit? I might have to move it up as I work on it here. So here's what I'm going to do. We discovered last time, and I forget actually which direction it goes. We are going to, I think the one away from me is the one that goes when it's on, and the one closest to me, I guess we can tell a couple of ways. I've got my multimeter, my brand new.
Your head is kind of in exactly the position where we can't see it. If you were to move the relay to the far side of the board underneath it.
Like that. And I moved my camera the other way too, is what I did. All right, so let's go in here. Let's grab the biggest screwdriver I have in here. It's going to be the red one right here. And so this is my positive lead here. I've hooked it up from my positive lead from my power supply is going right in the middle. And is that going to be, I don't like how long this is. I'm going to trim this down a little bit.
The only question I have is that actually hooked up to power at the moment whilst you're wiring things together?
Of course.
Okay,
I would do it no other way. And these are not the greatest, these are good wire strippers, but they're not the greatest cutters. Let me see if I can cut with this instead a little more easily. There we go. It's better. Okay. So there, push it in there. Nice. So by trimming that, I have less of the wire exposed on the way out. Oh no, don't drop. Okay. Like that right there. All right. I know I'm kind of blocking a bit. My apologies for that. All right, that's screwing, that's all the way down pretty tight. And I'm giving it a gentle tug, and so that's in there. So I have that one right there in the center position. Now, as I recall, hold on a second. Oh, my monitors just flashed for a minute. That made me nervous, but I think we're okay. So that's coming from my main power supply. Then I needed to go from the out of the same power supply. Now let's just check for a second. I have, okay, so right now, all right, this is pretty cool. I have, the black wire is connected. So now the question is, which of these two light up when this relay, which is I think relay number 2, when this relay goes, and I'm pretty sure it's this one right here, as I recall from the last show we did. It's the one above, not the one below. I'll bring that a little closer so we can get that in focus. Apologize for this. This camera is not quite as awesome as I want it to be. I think that's the one I want to hook it to. So here's the deal. If I touch it to this and start screwing it in, this thing starts glowing or smoking up, then I'm wrong. Okay? Now, I realize I could use a multimeter to verify this problem as well, but I'm not going to.
I'd like to categorically state that there is a good way and a bad way to do this, and we have deliberately chosen the less than perfect way.
But I should also say I've got my power supply set to basically nothing. So even if I'm right or wrong, I won't be able to know for sure until I turn that baby on.
So you've literally got the ability to dial up and down the voltage that goes across there in the current. This is good.
So we're going to go ahead and screw this in right here. Let's do that. Looks like Will has launched a drone.
He has indeed.
Sex Positive says, I'll also save our house cleaner. Yeah, she's going to save everybody but me. She's going to be, let your father burn. It's not true. She won't really say that. Okay, so now let's do this. These are both connected. And let's turn this on.
But the relay is not on?
Well, it's not engaged.
Not closed.
So if I turn both of these dials all the way up, let's see if we get any smoke or heat from this thing. I'm going to say it feels, it feels hot. That's hot. Okay, let's turn it back down. So guess who was wrong?
Okay. So this is just a case of putting the second wire on the other terminal instead.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. And I'm going to trim this a little bit too, because I want this to be, really...
I'd like to just point out that we tried an experiment there to determine fact, and we did not destroy the known universe.
That's right. And
we're good.
All the haters, right? Okay, let's put it down here. That was surprising to me. I thought for sure I was right on that, but oh well. All right, so let's now screw this one down.
But it's also good that we managed to prove that heat, to a sizable degree, has in fact been capable of being produced by the nichrome wire. So this suggests we are on the right track.
It did not glow though. Okay, so now I'm touching it, I'm feeling it, I'm embracing it. It is totally cool. Okay, so there.
Excellent.
Now, what next? Let's go. I think let's do a test explosion is what I think we do next. So let's do this. I'm going to pop this up here so it's in focus and nice and big. And let me use some tape here. I think I'm just to keep this in place. Like that.
I have a hunch that we will be able to make many good clips from this show today.
Oh, good. Let's do that. All right, so now I'm going to take my, and I'll bring it up here to this camera so you can see it. So I'm just taking the flash paper out. I'm going to just tear off a little bit of this because we don't need a lot. Oh, okay. And as just a general practice, I've been trying to keep the flash paper and the nichrome wire far apart. So I keep on the left side, I put the flash paper. So here we go. I've got one piece of the flash paper right there. I've torn off about that much of it. I'm going to put it over here, stick it right between the heating elements, like that. Are we good? That looks like pretty good. Let's get it so it's a little more.
Gotta figure that that'll be effective. There's a good contact there.
Are we like so excited? Okay, so I've got...
Oh, absolutely. Off the charts.
So I've got the power supply cranked all the way up. This is the maximum voltage and wattage. So it's about 3 amps at 18 volts is what I've got over there. Let's go in and let's run...
Don't watch that. Do not watch what's happening. Get your face
That's Karen yelling at the kids to not be excited by the things Dad is doing. Now, I want to see, am I running? I don't think I'm running the remote detonator is what I think I'm not doing yet. And so I think I need to start up make changes to this code and start it up. I think what I want to also do I'm not sure how long we need to do this. The last time I was touching it, it didn't seem like it felt like it was getting hot, but it felt like it was getting hot slowly. So what I think I want to do is I want to change this to 2000. Let me shut down. I'm going to shut down everything that is running right now. So that's Mr. Announcer Bot's going down everything. So you won't be able to talk to me.
Control of on-screen things will suddenly disappear. Sorry, peeps, but we have bigger priorities here.
Right. Okay, so
the moment.
Here we go. So I think the kid said, let's go watch the explosive is what I thought they were looking at. So let's change this to 2000. So we'll do it for 2 seconds. Press enter to set relay 1 to true and then we'll see for 2000 seconds. And then and is relay 1 the right one? I think relay 0 is that, and I think this is relay 1. So we'll run it and we'll see what happens. I just want to start this one. And I think I don't have a way to just start this individually. Do I? There's no menu item that says, whoops. Let me go back and switch to the code here. Sorry, folks.
You can debug and then start instance, is it? Just the item underneath where you are? Can you debug? I forget what the submenu item is. Start new instance.
Okay.
Like of this. I think that'll be in debug mode, and therefore you'll be able to step through if you want to, and otherwise just run.
Okay, cool. So let me do this. Let me get rid of the background here. Right there. And so we can at least see some of the code in the background or the app that I'm going to bring in the background. So here's the app right here.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the app. I'll pop it in there. You can see what should happen is when the relay is set, if we're setting the right one, you should see on the power supply, the amps go up. Okay.
So,
and
a couple of things going here. We've got a few components of the view. We've got the main explosive center stage. We've got you on our camera, slightly to the left of that. The voltage and current of the circuit, so to speak, in the upper left. My question to you is, in the real room, physically in front of you, what sort of distance is that explosive from you?
It's about that much right there. You can see my fingers right between my fingers on the stream. It's about shoulder width distance across.
So what I'm thinking is we need to look, assuming this does in fact explode, I'm curious how much will be visible, A, in the frame, and B, in front of you, sort of exploding up. Potentially there'll be some level of visibility there as well.
I think you'll see nothing in this camera right here. This camera that's on me, you'll see nothing. I think the flame is going to be composed to a ball that's about as big as the frame right there. I think that you'll see. And the other thing is this camera is likely to be like, whoa, there's a lot of light. And by the way, the distance between the flame and the camera is about that much right there. Right? In fact, let me just do this. I'm going to bring my phone up, take a photo of that so you can see that distance right there. Hold on. Get in focus, my friend. And then I'll show you that. I'll bring that up right as well. So
drops phone on keyboard, hits enter, everything goes up in smoke.
So that's kind of what you're looking at. That camera is right above that right there by about what is that? It looks like about
4 or 5 inches at most.
Yeah, it's about 10 centimeters, something along those lines there, right? Somewhere in that range. Okay, so with that said, let's do this. We want to look at the lights in the background down here, right? In fact, maybe I'll hold this up pretty close like this. But right here, we want to look at the lights as well and see if the light for this relay goes on. This is the one we're looking at. If that's the wrong one, we have to change the relay. I am now going to press enter, and we'll see what happens.
Drum roll.
What? Nothing happened. What? What?
Are you focused on the key not found in dictionary? What are we doing?
Oh, you know what I think happened? I think that this is not plugged in. Is that possible? Let's go check. Follow the USB cord all the way back. Because I'm expecting to see another light on it. Just realized I don't see the light.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That does not feel plugged in. That's definitely not plugged in. All right. So
power circuit's in play, but no control circuit.
All right.
Kind.
So isn't this exciting and fun to do this stuff? Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. So what's super interesting is when we plug it in, it fires all the relays super quickly. Boom, boom, boom. It's actually, I would call it an incredible defect in my design to do this. Okay, so everything just did that. I think our exception is the problem is here. You can't find that serial number. Got it. Okay, let's close this down. I'm going to just kill everything and then
Very
start it up
carefully.
one more time. All right. One more time. Here we go. Debug, start new instance. I think I've right-clicked the right one. Looks like I have. Okay, now we might get a better result here. Let's do one more time. We're going to repeat this whole thing. We'll see this. And yeah, isn't this fun, Rory?
I'm very, very excited. This
Hold
is
on.
good.
Let me come over here. Oh yeah, and much better in the console app too. Hold on a second. Let me grab it and bring
I'd
it
also
up.
like to point out that when this inevitably works perfectly, there can clearly be no further objections from the
From anyone
the peanut
on
gallery.
anything. There can be no further objections on anything because once again, I've proven that everything is safe, even though it seems like it's incredibly dangerous. All right, so there we are. I'm holding one next to the other. And look at that. Somebody's already, who did that? Look at that. Will Bennett. Look at how smart he is. He just did our fake explosion on the stream
Yeah.
that we were working on the other day. How awesome is that? All right, here we go. Press enter. Go ahead and press enter. Let's see. Get that in view. Here we go. Ooh, it's on. It's off. Nothing happened.
Okay, that was not enough,
Not enough time, you think?
I assume.
Yeah, let's try it again. Okay, so now that we know that that's working, I think that's good. Let's go back to the app and let's change the time. Let's change the time. So we'll do this. Close this down. Close that down. Where is our program? I think that's it. Let's change it to 5 seconds and run.
Okay.
Here we go. Right? Running. This time I'm not going to hold up the relay. Hold on though, grabbing this.
We know the relay works. It's all
Oh,
about
shoot.
the...
I hit start, so everything is starting up. Hold on a second. It's like everything. I grabbed the wrong one. That's Mr. Announcer Bot. And the other problem with what I've done is that in my multiple startups, the remote detonator is not among those. So it does not
All right,
start
so
up automatically.
started everything except the one thing we need.
Yeah. So apologies. It's all right.
This is all about building the tension.
Is that what we're doing here? All right,
Yeah,
one more
it's
time.
totally stagecraft. It's on purpose. There's nothing here that isn't planned perfectly.
Okay, that's good. And this is so funny too, because I know a lot of people who want to see me get my comeuppance are watching right now. They're like, today is the day Mark is going to get his comeuppance. Karen just walked by and said, "You son of a." So funny. All right, here we go. Press enter to set relay 1 to true for 5,000 milliseconds. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. And it's off. That's not good. Are we hot?
Well, our relay counts to 5. That's good, I suppose.
I can't tell if it's hot or not, though. I can't tell. Hold on a second. Let me check all the wires. Going back. Just want to double check everything is there. That is good.
So a potential alternate way to do this would
Yes.
be you hit enter the first time, it sets it on and starts a timer. And then when the flash paper goes off, you hit enter a second time and it tells you how long it took.
All right, let's do that. Fine. I think we can do something like this. We can say press enter to turn relay 1 on. Like this. And we're not going to have a delay anymore. Okay? And then after that goes, we're going to say press enter to turn relay 1 off. And slightly nervous about this.
Yeah, if you get knocked out somehow in between and don't turn it off.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a finally.
Live fire exercise.
And I'm going to do that right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so at least that kind of should protect me, I think, in most cases.
Sure.
From a lot of things. Like, I think if I hit like Control C, I think I'm still going to get that finally there. So no more delay, but we do need a read line right here.
So the only thing that might benefit us here is to actually time how long
Yes, I will do that
between
as well.
the two.
So let's
carriage
do this.
returns
So
enters.
let's say we want a new date time. So I'm going to do this, call this start time, like that. And then I'm going to, let's duplicate that line and say, nope, wait, hold on. I want this to be DTN, daytime now. So start time is that, and then we're going to call this end time is that. And then we're going to, sorry,
After
there.
the reline. Yep, there we go.
And then we're going to say start time minus end time. I'm sorry, end time minus start time. Minus start time, hit the CodeRushed key, choose to declare local. It's going to see that that's a time span. And we'll call that maybe duration, like that.
Yep.
And then we're going to say console write line, which I think is CW, like that. And then we're going to say duration dot seconds. Is that right? Or maybe, yeah, seconds. Fine.
Seconds is probably good, yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to say maybe something more like duration. Just say what that is. All right, so that's good. Let's try that.
Okay.
We happy?
Yeah.
Set target relay to 1 to true.
It could take 10 seconds and we'll still have code that can get us our answers.
Yeah, we're good. And then we don't need this anymore, for now at least. And we got rid of our delay code, but we can, we've got our duration there. Let's do that. Let's do this, like that. Okay, and let's run it. So come over here, say, and sorry about that. I just realized I did all that coding with most of it blocked, so my apologies. So press, Will Bennett had a suggestion of pressing the number keys for a number of seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. Will is saying total seconds, not that. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Good job. Although for our purposes, I think both would be equal unless it's like, really obnoxious. Okay, so here we go. Let's come in here. We're going to say debug, start new instance. Here's the detonator. Press enter to turn relay 1 on. Okay, let's do it. Let's see if we get any heat or smoke or something on this. It's on. Does not look. Whoa! Okay.
Are you effing kidding
Oh,
me?
nothing. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. There's no evidence whatsoever.
All right, that was pretty good.
Tell us.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. What?
Next time, tell us.
No,
Tell
next
us.
time.
We have no idea. All right, so let's. What was our time on that? 9 seconds. Not good.
9.4.
Not
well,
good.
hang on. We can account for that within our game because perhaps the meteor hitting the correct location merely triggers a destination, a timed destination.
Oh, okay.
We can literally have a countdown in place.
Oh,
If we
neat
know
idea.
What the time is likely to be, then
I love it. That's such a beautiful idea. All right, so let's do it again.
I'm great at excusing things.
You were so good at that, Rory. You're so good at turning what we. All right, so we're closing that down. Let's do it one more time here. So I put a second
Interesting
one in
to
here.
see how if the time is anywhere similar.
All right, so one more
See,
time.
for science, we must replicate.
So starting a new instance, I like that a lot. We'll do a countdown timer. All right, remote detonator. Let's bring that over on screen so everybody can see that one more time. Do it one more time. All right, that was good news. We actually burned. I didn't see a glow though, so I'm a little bummed about that. But here we go. Press enter to turn relay 1 on. Here we go. Relay 1 is on. And you can see the amps going up there in the piece. Is it going to glow? Whoa! I saw a little bit of glow, and I actually saw something on my face as well, a little bit over here. You saw some brightness over there. So pretty cool. Oh, I should turn it off, shouldn't I, when it glows? Okay, I just realized I was continuing to heat that thing up. I should stop that. All right, because I'm making toast almost. All right, one more time, because I want to actually really, when it goes, I want to, as soon as it goes, I'm going to hit enter. We're going to see what that timing is. So we're going to get a better sense of that, and then we'll just do that. Because I don't want it more than that. Here, let's just do that. Yeah, it's
First one was 9.4, I believe. I don't know how accurate you feel the enters were.
I don't feel it was
on
accurate at all. So let's go one more time. We're going to do one more time. By the way, I got 2 kids in my live audience, so one's with the camera. What are your thoughts on this so far?
Good.
Good? Okay, both are nodding their heads. They're saying you're the
Just
best.
imagine furious positives.
You're
going
the
on
best
chat.
dad ever. He's what? Guess who just won against mommy today, kids?
No, not you.
Oh no, not me. Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah, you
cynicism
call
of
this a
these
win,
kids.
you wait till later.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need my special hat here, I think. All right, so one more time. Here we go. I'm gonna hit it, and as soon as I see that flash go, I'm gonna hit it again.
Dad, use your hat.
All right, hat for this one. Here we go. Kids are saying, use the hat. The hat makes you look cool, Dad. All right, here we go. I'm gonna dunk down a bit. Here comes the inner. It's on. Uh-oh. There it is. There's the off right there. And I hit it. Duration 6.2. So not bad. Okay. There you go, guys. Take that hat for me. All right. So 7 seconds feels safe to me, right? We can have it burn for 7 seconds, then it's off in case for whatever reason, then we just shut the whole thing off. Feels pretty good. All right. So let's change this up a bit. Well, what was interesting is we got close with our 5 seconds. So, all right. So we're going to change this to this. And actually, I don't think I want this here. I think I want something else. And I want to have a function here called fire relay, like this. And then we're going to ask for the relay number, which is going to be an integer right here. Relay, and let's do this. Let's get to a view so you can actually see the code I'm writing. There we go, relay num, like that. And then we're going to come in here. There's our delay. We're going to do this. Set target relay 1 to true. Set target relay 1 to false. Then I think it's what, thread.sleep in the middle of that, as I recall. Thread.sleep, is that right?
Well, then it makes a very interesting point in the chat room.
Yeah, what's it
we
say?
have experimentally found that 6 point something seconds is good for this particular blasting cap. However, it will potentially depend on the number of coils and the length of wire on any successive ones.
I think he's absolutely right. That's actually an
So we're
excellent
going to
point.
try to be as close to this as possible in the construction of successive ones.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this one more time. Let's put a console.writeLine out here. So we're going to say firing relay number 1 or whatever like that. Firing relay number, and add in relay num. And it looks like I need to do this here too as well. There and there.
Yep.
Also, I think I can say perfect. Background color is equal to, what is it, console color dot red. So I have a dark red. I bet I got a dark red in here. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to put that in a background color right there is what we're going to do. There's our fire relay. And let's do one more thing here. I want to do the same thing where we throw this in. In fact, I think I want to just put this in a finally, like that. So there's my finally block. By the way, I got that real quickly just by selecting the code, hitting the letter F. That's CodeRush's selection embedding for me.
That is a nice feature.
There's fire
Use that
relay.
all the time.
I want this to be static as well, like that. And now we're going to come in and from our main, we're going to call connect. Then we're going to just call fire relay 1, like that. Think we can do a test like this? Aren't the test cases for this awesome? The unit tests. Oh, you got a video of it in slow-mo? Oh, wow. Let's watch this. Let's see if we can see this together here. So there's the slow-mo of it. Is it, there it is. Watch it. Whoa, look at that. Nice.
Oh, no, that is good.
What fun. Thank you so much.
You have some intelligent kids. They were right on the money there.
They were.
Very good.
Those kids are good. Those are good kids. Those kids are going to come in handy later when I have no money and I need to mooch off of them. Kids.
In the chat room pointing out how this tape is now evidence being submitted to an attorney.
Oh, no. I hate that she's got her attorney on speed dial on her phone.
Yeah.
Right? She's always like, you know, she's one button away from a divorce. You can only get the kids in the divorce.
It's okay,
nice.
Will's prepping your defense. Apparently it's Rory made me do it.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm frequently going through alternate future scenarios that start with Your Honor. Let me explain. I always use the Your Honor.
A perfectly reasonable excuse.
Yeah, I can totally explain what's up. So I want to do this one more time. Connect fire relay 1, and I'm just expecting that 7-second delay to be sufficient to do this. And then let's do this also Let's do one more. Say turning off
Emergency shutdown.
relay, and let's set the background here to what's black, I guess, like that. Back to black, like that. So we'll set the background color there. Let's try that. So we're going to come in. We're going to go remote detonator. We're going to say, where is it? Debug, start new instance. Here it comes.
Change the scene so that we can see it.
Fine. I thought you would just trust me and we'd see the glow on my face, but fine. The cool thing about that glow, though, is that's whoa.
Hang on.
Guess who
There's no
forgot?
delay.
Guess who forgot to put an enter key in that? So I'm going to say it worked.
I noticed the red on the screen. I was like, Mark, but too late.
That's so funny. Did you see it glow over here by chance?
Did.
Hey, guess what? It turned off. Let's see what our. Oh, and you know what? Though we don't have any read line at the end, so we don't. So we need to fix it again. All right. So we're going to say console dot read line like this, and we're going to need a console
It's
write line.
completely safe, even when it goes off when you're not expecting it. Everyone's still alive.
It's proof that the universe wants us to do this. All right. Press enter to blast off number one, like that. Okay.
Apparently, you can have the kids in the divorce. They have betrayed me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, and then press enter to shut down, something like that. To shut down. I need to move that down a little bit, like this. After the fire relay. Okay, good.
Except the fire relay automatically turns it off.
No, but I want to exit.
Shut down the application.
Yeah, to exit.
Right, absolutely. Fair enough.
That's what I want to say there. All right, so we're going to run that. Sorry about that, kids. I just realized I'm writing code right behind you. Let's just switch over to that view right there so you can
Always
just
love the phrase,
see
press
it
enter to exit.
right
It's great.
there. Yeah, not bad, huh? We're doing good, high-quality stuff here. We can ship it. Debug. Start new instance. Here we go. Here's your view. I'm glad I switched to the view, right?
Well, yeah.
Because otherwise it was just going to blast off. All right, so here we come. Up here, press enter to blast off. Oh, guess who forgot to do this?
Might want to load the...
Yeah, so look at this, guys. This is, never do what I'm doing now, right? Don't ever do that. Okay, so there, I've done it. It's loaded. Here we go. Hitting enter now. Whoa, and it did it. Wow.
Oh my God.
That was crazy. That was awesome, right? It
And the
went,
time between the explosion and turning it off, you can see it was barely anything.
yeah, it was awesome in terms of timing. I like that a lot. That's, yeah. Will Bennett says, no way. I live debug with explosives. So, by the way, I think this...
You need a T-shirt with that on it, right?
But-
For like every conference ever from now.
Yeah, by the way, Rory, between the last unexpected explosion and right now, I would highlight that baby right there with Will's comment in there. If you can highlight
I
that
think
long,
so.
that's awesome. All right, next. Now what I want to do is I want to make it so that we can arm or disarm is what I want to do. Text positive is unexpected, nothing.
It's all meticulously planned. stage
Everything.
managed. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Rory says it's meticulously planned every moment here. All right, so we need, I want to have a state of being armed or not is what I want. And let's see what else I need to do here. I am not actually sure how to do the next thing we need to do. We need to get SignalR to talk to this console app. Let's go look at our Mr. Announcer bot and app for inspiration. Does it have a program.cs? What's happening here in the main? It's just a run call. So it's calling run. I see.
Yep. Which
So we can-
presumably has a loop of sorts
Yeah.
within it.
So what we can do is
Or- yeah.
we can create our own loop. Is I guess what I'm just kind of looking at that and saying, okay, so we'll just kind of do the same kind of thing as what I think we're going to do over in our other program, which is here. We essentially need a loop, kind of a run loop. Let's go look at, actually, I want to actually go back and look at that run. Initialize connections. What's going on in there? Hook up Twitch events. Wait a second. Does the run just get in and out? And then we're waiting for the read line to be
Yeah.
pressed.
I think so.
So basically, it's just we need something to get started right there is what we need to do. So I think everything will still work. I think it'll still work. All right. So let me go back to this view, or maybe this view better, so you can see more of the code and what's going on here. By the way, Rory, I have a feeling I'll make this mistake again. Six Positive says hard no on all of this. She says.
I don't understand what any objections can possibly be now that we've proved it's completely safe. I mean, if it hadn't been, you'd have multiple contusions by now, right?
That's right, exactly. Right. Okay, so we needed to get some signal R going here. So let's take a look at this, and let's look at, for the existing model on this, I think in Mr. Announcer Bot, if I'm recalling correctly, here we go. Mr. Announcer Bot responds to a signal R message sent from the game that says, hey, I need to know how many coins a particular user has. It's this need to get coins thing, right? Message right here. So I'm going to just copy this. I want to do a search through everywhere that this appears in our entire solution here. And look at that, because we're going to model this signal R piece off of that. So here, for example, need to get coins in e96 bot command. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add a couple functions here. One is called arm, and I'm going to pass in the user ID there. Another one is going to be called disarm, and both of those are going to be by commands that only I will be able to use. Roy, I'm just noting a CodeRushed issue here, Roy. I want you to report.
Yep.
When I'm hitting, I shift enter to duplicate the line. I type in something new and hit enter a second time. It's not accepting it. I want those guys to take a look at this. I have an interim build that's not going out to regular folks, so this may not be something that is. Sex Positive says in the chat room, literal fire in the bedroom is definite grounds, dear. But she did call me dear in that, which I like. So we got arm, disarm, and fire, I think, right there. Those are the three commands that I want to add. And all of those are going to take a user ID. And here's, by the way, that issue. When I hit enter, it's doing that. I don't even know what that is right there. So that's the thing I want them to know about.
It's like it's accepting the enter as content.
Instead of accepting and going to the end of the line.
Rather than as a conclusion,
yeah,
as it were.
So it looks like it's a new bug in the build I've got. So this is, like I say, not something that, unless you're getting like our nightly builds, which I'm not even sure if we're doing if we're making those available or not for CodeRushed right now. All right, so arm, disarm, and fire. Those are the three that I've got there. Anywhere else this is showing up? Okay, it's showing up there. So need to get coins is there. Let's duplicate this. This is going to be arm, like that. And we'll come down, we'll duplicate again, disarm, and we'll duplicate one more time and call it this one fire. Okay? Yep. So we've got those pieces right there. Arm, disarm, and fire in those places. Let's see where else that is. We've done those. There, okay, good, in there, so we're taking care of those. And this is just the handler for this piece right here. And I think that's it. That's the only things we need to change there, with the exception of, I don't think my search included TypeScript code. Let's double check that. And let's add a star.ts. All right. Hey, we're doing pretty good on time, Rory.
Yeah.
Karen's like, you're doing great. Yeah, great. All right. Wait, what did I do? I did the wrong thing I was searching for. Not that. Looking for need to get coins. Find all. Okay, so we've got CS, spot CS, sub CS, sub CS. Here we go. Need in drone game 1. So, okay, that's fine. Connection.ts. This is the deal right here. The need to get coins in connection.ts. We need to do kind of an arm. And call this arm like this. And disarm. And let's do that. And then this one's going to be fire, like that, user ID. So I want to have user ID in here because for a couple things. If we do fire, then we might want to say, hey, great job, you hit, whoever hit, and we announce that person, right? Arm and disarm, I want to pass in user ID. Guess who gets to have those abilities? Only myself and sex positive, our IDs are going to do that. Well,
ooh, so she's in there quick enough.
Yeah,
she can disarm every time you arm.
I'm going to give her that chance, right? Because I want to give people hope. That's part of that's why I'm here, is to give people hope. All right, so we've got those. Any other things? I think we are good. I feel like we are good. The next thing we need to do is we need to go back to Mr. Announcer Bot, and we need to kind of do this inside of I'm just going to right click that, say copy it, and we need to do that, something like this, inside of our remote detonator. Yep. But we need to, hold on one second here. Let me do this so you can kind of see what I'm talking about there in our remote detonator. But we need to manage some NuGet packages on that thing because we haven't done that yet. Yep. So let's go in, manage NuGet packages for solution. I've got a search filter here for signal already. I want to go through each of these and see whatever Mr. Announcer Bot is doing, I want to make sure the remote detonator is also doing. So I'm just looking at those all the way down, and it's only the client, which makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. So now what I want to do is come down here and make sure I've got the same version here. So I'm going to click on this, not click install because it's not the same version as what I've got there. I want to use...
Sure, it goes for the latest it can by default, but you want to pick the same version you've got installed because you want compatibility.
Right, exactly, Rory. So I'm going to go in there, click install. Oh my God. Sex Positive says, dear fool, I want a chance at a normal life. Baby, everything's okay. This is all good. I feel like I'm going to have to stop the show early to do some talking, and the other thing is so I'm going to switch to this view for a second because I just want to show everybody I need to take a sip of my water. So I'm unscrewing the cap. See, it's so safe because it's over water, right? It's not a big deal. If there's an explosion, I'll be doused with water. Yesterday we were at a gas station and in front of us there appeared to be a giant gas refilling station, a tank truck in front of us getting gasoline. And I'm like, kids, you want to drive right behind that and get some gas? And we did that. And it turned out it was later that it was agua portable. It was portable water. And so here, let me do this. It's waiting for me to click on I accept right here. Let's do that. Switch back over to this view so we can see it working. I defiantly need you to make this up to me. I want a house. Oh, baby.
Definitely.
Definitely? Okay.
Also, I'm putting on my glasses.
I think she's like...
It works pretty well the way it's written.
She's like, it's supposed to be definitely. Oh, I'm putting on my glasses now. Yeah, you might want to check some of those things. It looks like you misspelled, I'm
totally fine with
I'm
this.
in love with
Just
you.
keep going.
Yeah, it looks like you misspelled I'm in love with you. Keep going with submitting to attorney. So you want a big house is what she says. Yeah, because we're renting here in Costa Rica. Well, I want one too. You could make this up to me as well by getting me a big house. All right. So, okay. So we look like we are installed now in here, I think. Looks like it's refreshing. What do we got here?
There's definitely a bunch of extra references in there. So
yeah, there's some Signal R right over there. You can see it. Feeling good about that. Now let's go into the program.cs and let's look at that code we had here. We have a connect call right here. And right now that's just to the relays. So I want to say, let's call this connect to relays there. Yeah. How are you doing on time, Rory? Should I hurry this or are you good for a bit?
I've got like 20 minutes or more,
okay,
maybe.
Cool. So I think we got time for that. All right. So connect to relays is there. I want to create another function called connect to signal R, like that. And let's declare that method. Fine. I'll put it right up on top. Let's paste in that code we had before. let's use CodeRushed to fine. We'll do that, and we'll also come in and say declare this as a field. There's my hub connection right there. And what else do we need to do? We need an arm. Whoops. And make that be a call to arm. And it's just string passing in. That's all we need right there. Okay? It's going to look like the need to get coins one is what it's going to look like. And then we're going to go duplicate that, and we're going to say this is going to be now disarm, like that, and do that, change that, and look at duplicate. By the way, duplicate line's working now fine, right? It was just in that one line, that one file, and there's fire right there. So let's come in here. Let's see if we can declare that method. See if CodeRushed is smart enough to get those parameters. Not bad. So there's my arm call. Let's escape to jump back. Use CodeRushed again. Declare that method. There's my disarm. Escape to jump back. And let's do one more declare method. And do that like that. Fire. And wait, do I have two functions called fire? I bet I do. Oh, no, that's fire relay.
Fire
okay,
relay.
I just saw some IntelliSense up there, and I was like, what's going on? All right, and so this is going to be, we need to just change this to user ID, like that. And user ID and user ID. Okay, so these are going to be our calls that are going to come in here. I want to come into my solution. I want to set startup projects. I want to bring this UI up, and I want to make sure that my remote detonator is also now started. So let's start that as well. Click OK. Electric Havoc is now following. So that's cool because I consider anybody with a name like Electric Havoc as somebody who like knows how to do things right. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They're also probably going to be kind of into the topic material that we have here today.
Yeah. So I'm going to take that as, hey, we've got these are like our angels out here watching. Electric Havoc says laughing out loud, thanks. So I'm just going to take that as like implicit approval of what we're doing here.
More votes in favor.
Yeah, okay. So then we've got the hub connection start async, which I think is going to be okay as long as we don't do this. So what I want to do now is I want to change all of this to this, to just comment it out is what I want to do, I think. And then I want to, in here, I want to do something like say armed equals true, like this. Let's declare that, declare it as a field. Like this. And now what's cool about this is, guess what? We got a little safety going on here.
We do. Because we're nothing if not cautious.
Not armed, then we're out. Otherwise, then we're going to say fire relay and figure out which one to do. Now,
do not fire the missile unless we had the launch codes.
Now, exactly. Don't you wish that we had this with regards to President Trump's launch code ability as well? Like something along these lines? No comment. Yeah, I don't have a comment on that either. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do something else. We're going to call this relay num, like this. And I'll set it equal to 0 like that for now. And then we're going to come in here, and when we say arm, we're going to also come in here and say relay num is equal to 1. And maybe I want to change this to next relay num to fire, like that. So the next one we're going to fire is this. So we'll sequentially go through them because I'm going to have like 3 or more of these lined up is the idea. Each one getting closer and closer to my physical face. All right, so next relay num to fire. Whoops, what happened there? What's going on there? It's not static, it looks like. Check that, Rory. Did I build that? See if mark this time as well. Just send it this time to me. I want to go back and look at this time to just check on something. All right. And so next relay to fire is that. So then we do the fire. Then we're going to say fire relay, and we're going to pass in that number. Then we're going to increment that number. Okay?
Yep.
Like that.
Electric Havoc, absolutely agreeing with you. Fire should set the next relay +1. So that disarm will not increment relay without complete fire sequence.
Yeah, and I think we've done that, right, Electric Havoc? That's what you're talking about. We added that bit of code right there. So I totally agree with you. And then disarm is basically, we're going to come in here and say armed is equal to false, like that. And I think that's it for this code. I feel, we need to check to see if the user ID is right or not, right? So we're going to
Well, that's kind of optional, right?
So I'm going to say is super user, like this, user ID. We'll say if not is super user, whoops. If not is super user, then we're going to get out. Okay, like that.
Yeah.
And disarm, same thing here. Sorry, Karen, you're not going to be able to disarm. And then now we're going to declare the function. And there it is right there. Is super user. For now, I'm just going to return false. We'll set a breakpoint in here, figure out what that ID is. And now what we need to do is we need to set up some test functions inside of the drone game. Okay? So we had some, I need to, some tests. This is our test piece right here. So I'm just going to take that, duplicate that line right there, say if the command is arm, then we're going to do some stuff here is what we're going to do. And I think we've got this already. There's already a function out here called arm, and we're going to pass in user ID, which I think I've already got.
Sounds good.
Like that. Let's double check that. That is inside of, let's double check.
This is our
There it is
drone
right there.
game's test command mechanism, which will receive the phrase arm as a test. It will then call into the arm function, passing the user ID, which will then contact our hub, our remote detonator via SignalR, and tell it to effectively execute exactly that command back out to, I think, where's our command actually being received? It is staying actually in remote detonator, isn't it? Haven't got there, and that's the thing that causes everything, because we're just using that. So yeah.
So so basically we're adding now these new commands: arm, disarm, and fire, and passing in the user IDs on all of those. Then I think we can run and with breakpoints is what I think we can do now. Let's set breakpoints here, here, and here. And let me make sure I've killed every instance of Chrome out there because that's important.
So just to be very careful here, at the moment we obviously have only one blasting cap, one relay, and therefore one instance that can actually have anything happen. So that first attempt to fire should function by firing relay 1, but any successive attempt will fire a relay, but it's not attached to anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see the lights go on in the background of each individual relay as it's firing, right? As it's turned
but
on.
the fire command is not a guarded command.
Yes.
So you can arm stuff, everybody can go nuts firing stuff, and then you can disarm.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. There's no count on it. In fact, it could cycle all the way through, I suppose, as well. But it's 7 seconds at a time. Now, if everybody goes nuts, we might want to have some sort of check on that. I don't know if we should, I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but we might want to do something that limits the amount that can be fired per second or something like that, like that. So there can only be one going off instead of a whole bunch, although it would be exciting to see like all three go off in a succession, like a boom, boom, boom kind of thing. Okay, so I think
more explosive.
I think we're ready to hit run, Rory. I'm like, I can't think of anything else that we need to do. I think we're ready to hit run, is what I think we're ready to do.
Yeah. Well, aside from one minor thing, you haven't loaded any flash paper of any kind.
That's true, but
I don't know
think
if you necessarily need to. We could just look at the relay lights.
I want to kind of debug this, and I want to set some stuff in here. I can't. I need to do this. I need to do that right there. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Kill Chrome one more time. All right, here we go. It's starting up one more time. I've now enabled debugging. Let's get. You know what? I'm not going to do this view. I want to do this view so we can look at the code. So I've got nothing armed, so you're not going to miss anything.
Okay.
And it's loading up the overlays. You can tell because of the scroll bars you're seeing around the stream. That means it's, and also the flickering of the coins because it still hasn't loaded up all the resources for that. So it's kind of
some coins in the spinning sequence are missing, and therefore the flashing.
Yeah. And I see that it's loading up also in my running stuff. That's loading up here. Okay. And I think, though, at this point, we might even be able to send a test out. So let's try test arm. Let's see what happens if we get to a breakpoint. I do not see a breakpoint. So maybe it hasn't loaded yet. Looks like it's loaded now. Oh, but I haven't started up the drone game yet. And I need to do that. So we're not going to hit that breakpoint. So let's get that so we can set that breakpoint up. So to do that, I'm going to type in, oh, geez, what is it? Thought it would autofill it for me. The drone overlay game is what I think it is.
It feels like there was a point where it did do that, and maybe he's just decided not to remember the
I don't know.
previous entries.
I don't know. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if it's because I'm killing Chrome before it shuts down. Maybe that's interesting. All right, pages.
Possible.
Drone overlay is what it's called. Okay, so drone overlay. Is that enough right there? Looks good. All right, so there's the drone overlay. This is where we've got the game going right there. So let's switch to this view. So we've kind of only got one thing kind of running here. There's the overlay right there. Let's come in and try one more time. Is it done loading? No, it's not done loading yet because I see scroll bars on it as well. And you can see that it's in the upper left, it's cycling through. It's cycling through right there, the load. So we'll try this test arm one more time. Once it's finished loading. Just want to say thanks to everybody who's watching us right now. Will and Sex Positive and Electric Havoc, all the folks that are in the chat room, and everybody who is also not in the chat room and just watching along. We really appreciate you hanging out with us and being part of this kind of community event this morning. All right, here we go.
Definitely been fun, yeah.
Load is finished. Let's hit enter. Ooh, nice. We're at a breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
And a super user with the ID. Let's go copy the value. And we're going to say if, hopefully that's me and not somebody else that just got that in before me, because now I'm just imagining Will has managed to come in and he's got, so if we're going to just return true on that, if it's that, like that. Okay. So if that's the case, we've got super user, we're in good shape. We're calling that in two different places. So we'll set a breakpoint here on armed, here, and here on fire relay. This is all great news. The fact that we're here means that we are that the call is working here. Although it's interesting though that in the TS I actually got the breakpoint on the other. Is that true? Did I get the breakpoint on the other side? I feel like I did in the is super user before it came here. So armed is true. That's good. Next relay to fire. I'm going to go ahead and keep that breakpoint there and run it. And okay, so we're armed now. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to announce that it's armed. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
I want to make it very clear. Sex Positive says, I'm here for the self-preservation, is what she says. All right, so let's come in here. Test arm one more time. Here it comes. Let's get to the breakpoint. There's the armed is true. Now what I want to do is I want to say console right line armed. Like that.
Nice.
Right? And I want to say console dot background color is equal to red, dark red is what I want. Oops, dark red. There it is right there. And then we're going to say armed, and then I think I have to turn it back to black at the end of that so that other messages go out normally. Okay? And I almost want to be like, do something like this. See if this works. I want to send like this. I want this to be in kind of a border right here. Okay? Like that. And I hear, do you hear that? Okay, there we go. Cool. So
There's
in the back,
some
do you hear the kids singing?
pitch going on
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
background.
All right, so there it is. Armed. It's green. I
Oh,
want the
very nice.
foreground text to white, but I'm okay for now. Right? So it says armed in there, so I've got that. Okay, we are, in trouble kind of situation. All right, next, let's go in. So in this point, by the way, we should be able to fire, but I've got a breakpoint here on it. We've also got disarm. Let's test out our disarm and do the same kind of thing right there. and it's like it's kind of like the scene where like everybody's gathered in the bunker under the home before the bombs drop, right? Kids just sing.
Just no faith at all.
Sing it's going to be good. All right, so let's figure that out. Hey, Karen, can you close the door? Okay, somebody's doing that. All right, so wait, I'm not going to load this yet. Let's do the disarm test, and we're going to do that. There we go. Nice closing of the door. All right, test disarmed. Well, that didn't seem to work. I don't seem to have a breakpoint reached over here at all. Why is that? DroneGame.ts. That's did it.
Disarm user ID seems reasonable.
I don't get it. I've got the drone overlay up and running. Yeah, I don't understand that. That's weird. Let's try it again. I've seen this sometimes happen where it's like been test disarm. Do I get the breakpoint? Not getting the breakpoint. Do I get the breakpoint on arm? Let's see. Let's just see. This is also not giving me a second piece right here. It's as if we lost the connection. I don't understand. We should definitely be getting here.
Are you already broken somewhere? Because
no, because continue is
no,
grayed out.
It's not. You would have been lit up, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if I restart everything, it's going to work. MSamF says hello. Hello, MSamF. I don't get it. I don't understand why that's not working. Test arm again. Yeah, I just did it, and no breakpoint. Nothing is being set or hit. Let's go into...
The test arm definitely worked the first time, so
yeah.
The fact that it is now a no code has changed suggests an environmental problem.
That's kind of what I'm
So,
getting
as you
at.
say,
I'm going to try one more time. Test arm. One more time. And nothing. All right, so I think I'm going to shut everything down and try restarting again. By the way, I really appreciate, so this is how protective the community is, right? I've got essentially a live setup here that folks could launch by typing in fire, test fire, and nobody has tried that yet. And I just think I really appreciate that everybody is either not realizing that or just really acting in such a caring way. All right, so let me...
I think it's pretty nice, particularly since the arming worked and the disarming didn't.
I know, what is up with that? All right, so let's start again. Here we go. Here comes a start. One more time. Uh-oh, MSamF is trying to test fire, but...
Well, he's alluding to it at least.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what we got going up here. Remote detonator. I'm going to bring that up here. And we want to actually change this to the drone overlay. There it is. That's what we're looking for. So we'll wait for that to load again. We might be able to get the breakpoints though. I've seen parts of this thing work while other parts are loading up. So we'll see what happens if I do a test arm. Nothing. However, I've also seen that once everything gets loaded, these things, I've seen evidence that these older commands get in and they're like, oh, yeah. Right? In other words, it's like it's kind of holding and waiting, something like that. I'm not sure, but I've seen that. And the evidence I saw was actually in the show where we hit the breakpoint twice. We went in twice in it. So, what happened to your arm? MSamF is asking. Nothing, but I'm using this for protection, so I don't get carpal tunnel or other repetitive stress injury, that sort of thing, because I'm coding frequently all the time. So let's see. Still waiting for the load to finish. So my eyes are right up on the upper left here, watching that piece right there. I've been wearing these, by the way, for about 20 years, and I think if I had not worn these for so long, there we go. The load is complete. Let's do so, but now I'm not seeing the test arm come in, so maybe not. Let's try a test arm now. One more time. Now I'm at a breakpoint.
Waypoint, all good so far.
I'm going to hit run. Here we go. I want to change my foreground color because I don't like that green. What's it going to be? What is it's probably foreground color. There it is right there.
Yeah.
White, like that. Then I'm going to come back at the end and change this back to green at the end. It's just green. No, not gray. Green. There we go. All right, hit run. I'm wondering if there's the armed. Nice, it looks really good.
That's better, yeah.
Okay. I guess I better get some. I'm playing around on my PC way too much. Yeah, I would definitely recommend them if you plan on doing this for the rest of your life. Let's try disarm. Okay, now we have the
you're in this
breakpoint.
time.
Yeah.
Good.
So I think we were, your theory was
Purely
right.
environmental. Blame the debugger or Chrome
All
or
right, so
something
here's
like
the
that.
disarm.
Wasn't our fault.
We're going to come in. I'm going to copy this code right here, and I'm going to come in and say disarmed. Phew, like that. Disarmed, like this. I love, by the way, how easy it was to put those blocks there. This is going to go into dark blue, like that. And armed is false. Whoops. There we go. And run. And now, cool, disarmed. Nice. Now let's go back and run some more tests on that. Let's go test arm again. Boom. Oh, I want to clear that breakpoint. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Way over there? Okay. Clear that breakpoint because I just want to look it over there. That's what I'm looking for. Followed by test.
And I disarmed it. It proved it did not listen to me.
Test disarmed.
Which is good.
And try a test arm. Good.
No, being ignored exactly
Nice. And
as
now
intended.
if I arm it, boom. Now try test fire. Let's see what happens. We're at a
There we go.
breakpoint. Nice. I think I got another
Okay.
breakpoint in here. So good. Signal R, yay. Signal R, fire relay. Look at this. We're going to fire it. Okay. Don't do this at home, kids. But look at what's going on. I'm at the breakpoint.
It's all right. The
And
breakpoint is a safety measure in this case, right?
we are live debugging with explosives. Here we go. I'm going to hit run.
Running with scissors.
Here we go. Run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, nice. Just like that. And my face flashed up
There
as well.
you go.
And there it is right there. And so you're saying fire relay 1, set relay, whatever, and then you can see what's going on. So
Absolutely.
So there we go. So we've got that feedback is coming in there. It looks like after armed, we're not setting the background color back to black. Is that really what we're not doing? Background color is black there.
Yeah.
That's weird. Armed.
Are we setting something else?
Oh, you know what?
Drain?
You know what? I think it's firing relay number 1. I think that maybe some other text that we may have in here is changing that. I'm going to actually ignore that for now is what I think I'm going to do. All right, the last thing we have to do to really put all the pieces together. You still good on time, Rory?
I am indeed, yeah.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to clear this breakpoint here. We are going to, so the next relay to fire, by the way, it should be now at 2. So if we do another test fire, Rory, and see if number 2
Sure.
lights up on here. I'm going to try and bring this right up in there. And there it is. It is, in fact, lighting up. It's right there. That's the second one. Do another one after this. There, it's off. Do another one. We should see the one next to it light up.
Firing now.
There it is. Beautiful. So that's
Cool.
awesome. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So that's super
Yeah.
cool. Okay, cool. And you're seeing the power supply, right? So the power supply should be changing as well as we do those fires. Well, at least for number 1, actually, only for number 1, because that's the only one hooked up right now. The last thing that we have to do is we have to detect when the bomb hits. Remember we were doing that before with the white smoke. So if you launch a drone right now, Rory,
Okay.
you can get that going. Now, it's not working yet because we have to make some changes here. But I think it is, I don't even remember actually where it is, but I'm thinking maybe in, let's do this. Let's see if the word color is in here. Color.
I do know that we were deliberately white shifting the smoke, weren't we?
Yeah. I'm looking for our color shifting. If we can find our color shifter class reference, let's go look at that. That's in here. I think, is it right? Did I put it here? No, I put the TypeScript code down there. There's the TypeScript. So the drone game is here in this thing called CodeRushed. And actually, it's going to be in the engine. The game engine is the hue, the color shifting sprite, I thought. I don't see it. Oh, I think I put it in sprite proxy and I haven't moved it out to its own file yet. There it is. Color shifting sprite proxy. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for code that uses it. Not there. Here it is right here. This is where we blow. This is where we blow things up right here. Okay, and so what happens is if you score a direct hit on me by by throwing a meteor and having it bounce and hit me, if you do that, then we are going to make a special explosion that's not the normal colorful one. It's a white one, which happens graphically. But when that also happens, we're going to come in here and we're going to call fire like that, and we're going to pass in, do we have the user ID? I don't think I have the user ID at this point. Do I have the drone? What are we in? We're in Meteor. Hold on. Does Meteor have a reference to its owner? It does. Nice. So we're going to say owner dot, and now we're in, owner, this dot owner dot.
TypeScript loves its this.
It does. The owner dot. Why can't I see that? Cannot navigate? Wait, what's on? Oh, I'm all by myself. Hold on. I'm in add meteor explosion. Shoot. Add meteor explosion is all by itself. We don't know. And it's called, oh yeah, this is going to take some code to fix this. So we're not going to be able to get in to get that owner. I think we don't have, we're just like at this point a list of sprites. I think we're going to have to pass in, just an empty string for now on the fire call is what I think we're going to have to do. And we're going to have to add a to do here. To do, which is going to be get the user ID who dropped this or tossed this meteor. Like that. And because we want to reward them. We want to put their name up on screen. So we're going to call fire just without anything. And that's going to come out here and invoke the fire function.
Yep.
And I think that's the only change we need. Now we need to refresh our stream. So we're going to do this live in the stream is what we're going to do. I think we're going to do this live in the stream. Because I need to get, well, let's do this. I'm going to get out a new piece of flash paper here. So I'm super happy that I get basically one single sheet of flash paper gives me 3 pretty decent size flame blasts.
Yeah.
Pretty happy about that. Got dogs that want to sing now. Okay. So let's see here. I think we're still loading .commie. That's why drone isn't working yet. If you look at around the screen, because I've just refreshed the stream view. Now I have not refreshed the cache, and sometimes I need to do that. So it could be that this does not work, in which case we'll have to try again with refreshing the cache. I have just loaded up. Let's switch over here. If I switch over here, yeah, good. The stream is still loading with the game. Let's see right here. There's something I want to change here on the stream. I want to get rid of the CodeRushed logo, turn that one off that's in the background there. So we only have the one from the stream. So stream is the stream overlay is still loading. When that is done, we should be able to load up one of the sample games here that we've got, which I've got in the different layouts. Let's go look at those for a second here. So I am scrolling. Let's go switch back to this view right here, and we'll look at the layouts. Where did I put that? I think I guess I put it up here is the layout. It's right there. Okay. The detonation game. There we go. So detonation game 0. Do we have anything like that? Det 0 is what we're calling that. Excellent. Okay. So now if I type in det 0, test det 0, is that right? Yeah. Like that. Boom. The detonation game is on. Now, Rory Becker has, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. So now, if you throw it, this is going to be a little crazy. Wait, let me get
I'm
my...
going to try and figure out some coordinates to...
Wait,
to
it's not
get
going to
this.
work because I haven't armed it yet.
That's true. That's
So
true.
it won't work.
You're safe for the moment.
I'm safe for the moment. So let me go in and arm it now. So we're going to say test arm, like that. We are armed. Looks like 2 of them came in, is what it looked like. So now your goal is to get a drone, catch a meteor. You can catch a meteor by flying underneath the meteor portal right above me, and then tossing it. The toss command is going to take 2 parameters, followed by separated by commas. So T, and then your meters per second in the horizontal, and then your meters per second in the vertical. And so you theoretically could be right above me and just essentially drop it straight down. Like Will Bennett's going to probably do a T negative 0.5 comma 0, negative 1 or negative 2 to throw it right down. And if it lands there, hold on, let's switch to this view right there. If it lands in the right spot, which is right about here where my finger is between these 2 walls right here, that should go off. And we should see a white flame, and this should go off. Yeah, my dog wants to get out.
Good enough. I missed. I now need to go and find another meteor.
Well, it's right
which
there.
Is a challenge, of course. Now.
I'm not doing this. This was advertised as live from the chat room.
Yeah.
Right there. So here we go. Rory's going to get it. Boom.
Let's try.
Oh, I heard it. And boom. It went off.
Well, if that isn't just about exactly what we wanted.
That's exactly what we wanted.
I mean, that's it right there.
That was it. We did it, kids. We
Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations.
It is awesome.
Also, congratulations to everyone out there as well who helped us out.
Yeah.
Let me do, we'll give away a copy of CodeRushed right now. I'm going to send a disarm command in there. Looks like we're getting 2 of those in here. I'm not sure why. I might have, I'm not sure why that's happening, but at least I'm okay with it being doubly disarmed or doubly armed. I'm okay for now. Pretty good. We use some Signal R. We've got some a relay board. We've got a home built detonator cap. The only downside to this is the delay. I need something faster than this, and could maybe solve it with more power, a bigger power supply. And I think I could also sell. I was doing a little bit of when I was doing some research into this. I found something called a glow plug, which is I think might be faster. It's used for firing things off for like model rockets and stuff and repeated firings of things. And so I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll try a glow plug out and see if we can get faster response. Will Bennett says, I'll come to the courthouse for moral support during your hearing. I'm expecting you to testify as well. Let's give away a copy of CodeRushed. We do this every time.
CodeRushed giveaway.
Every show, unless we're totally interrupted by a power outage, like we were in yesterday's show. Copy CodeRushed. CodeRushed is what we're using. We're actually watching me dog food interim nightly builds of CodeRushed here live on the stream. So sometimes you get maybe a peek at new features we're working on. Sometimes that'll happen, and also it's what helps me write code faster. So you've seen us to be able to use some of those features. Today's winner of CodeRushed is, watch for it dropping down into the editor from above.
Gaius Patronus.
Gaius Patronus, congratulations! All you have to do is follow, and you're automatically entered. I will contact you and send you download instructions for that. Rory, thank you so much for bearing with me through this. Yeah, so it's not. We did not get our comeuppance like they were hoping. It did not happen. 100%. That's all right. All right, so super cool, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, and we're probably going to resume work on the Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master app that's going to do live graphics for an upcoming Dungeons and Dragons live show that we're going to be doing. And with that, thanks again to everybody. Great contribution from folks in the stream as well, and in the chat room, and we will see you tomorrow.